Hey, welcome. You ever have one of those brilliant ideas that just stays an idea? Or maybe you've had a day where you worked super hard, just grinding it out, only to get to the end and feel like you didn't actually move the needle on what really matters to you? Well, today, we're diving into the fix for that. We're talking about the powerful duo that turns what you intend to do into what you've actually done.
This right here, this quote, is pretty much the core of everything we're about to unpack. It's so simple, but it is the fundamental truth that governs, well, creating anything. See, one gives you the where and the other gives you the how. If you don't have both, you're either stuck in place or just running in circles.
Okay, let's get real for a second. Take a look at these two. Which one feels a little more you? Are you the daydreamer with a head full of incredible possibilities, but, not a lot of traction? Or are you the busy worker, always moving, always checking things off the list, but maybe without a clear destination in mind? Look, most of us lean one way or the other, and that's totally okay. That's exactly the problem we're here to solve.
So, let's start with the first piece of this puzzle, the map. We gotta understand what vision truly is, and it all comes down to seeing what is not yet here.
Now, what's so cool about this is that vision isn't just fantasy or some kind of wishful thinking. No, it's a practical, powerful tool. You should think of it like your mind's blueprint for a new reality. And this is a key idea. You don't build what you want, you build what you can actually see yourself having. Your mind has to get on board with that new reality first, before anything else can happen.
And here's where it gets kinda wild, from a science perspective. Your brain literally can't tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something you actually live through. So when you picture yourself nailing that presentation or sinking that basketball shot, you're activating a lot of the same neural pathways as if you were really doing it. You're basically rehearsing for success. You're training your whole system before you even take the first step.
What this really shows us is that our minds are always imagining something. The real question is, are we driving? Unconscious imagination, that's just worry, doubt, your mind on autopilot. It just scatters and drains your energy. But conscious vision? That's when you get in the driver's seat. You purposefully direct those mental pictures, and you channel your energy exactly where you want it to go, towards the future you intend to create.
Okay, so we've got our map, we have our vision. But, a map is pretty useless if you just stare at it and don't actually go anywhere. And that brings us to the second equally important part of this equation, the movement. This is all about focus. It's about putting your energy right where your intention is.
And let's be clear, focus isn't just about working hard or being busy. It is about directed energy. It's the conscious choice to say, okay, this is what matters right now, because it lines up with your vision, and then committing your full attention to it. Without that beautiful vision we talked about, it just stays a picture in your mind.
Just think about it for a second. Really, honestly, in your own life, during your day, what are the things that are constantly pulling you away from what you meant to be doing?
Yep, here they are. The usual suspects, right? You've got the external thieves, the pings, the dings, the infinite scroll, and of course, the constant pull of what other people think is urgent. But then, they're the internal thieves, and these guys are just as sneaky. That nagging worry, the magnetic pull of procrastination, and that huge myth that we can actually do 5 things at once. We can't.
So this is where the magic happens. The crucial point is bringing these two forces together. This is where we stop talking theory and get really practical. We're going to combine the map of our vision with the movement of our focus to create a super clear blueprint for action. All right, here it is, the practical blueprint. Let's walk through it. First up, see the person, not the prize. This one's a game changer. Instead of just picturing the trophy, imagine being the kind of person who earns it. How do they walk, talk, think? You start to embody that identity. Step 2, know your why. This is your anchor. I mean it. When you are crystal clear on why this matters, it is so much easier to say no to all those distractions. Your why is your shield. Third, protect your attention. Treat it like gold because it is. You have to create a sacred space, even if it's just for 30 minutes, where your focus can live without being interrupted. Number 4, work in waves, not marathons. Our brains aren't built for 8-hour slogs. Think like a sprinter, short, super concentrated bursts of effort, and then real rest to recharge. And finally, the step that gets everything moving, let vision guide action. Don't wait for some perfect moment. Just take one small, focused step that moves that vision forward. That's how momentum gets born.
And the best part about all this? Vision and focus. They're not personality traits you either have or you don't. Not at all. They are skills. And just like any skill, you can build them with simple daily practice. You literally build them up just like a muscle.
And why should you bother? Because the payoff is huge. We're talking about creating momentum that feels natural, not forced. It's about making steady progress without the burnout. It's about building that real, deep confidence that only comes from starting to live the vision you hold in your mind. I mean, ultimately, it's about creating a life that is clearly moving toward what actually matters most to you.
Okay, let's make this real. Right now. Here's you practice for today, and seriously, you can do it the second this is over. For your vision practice, just take 60 seconds. Close your eyes, see one thing you really deeply want, and just feel what it's like to have it. Let that sink in. Then, for your focus practice, choose the one small step you can take toward that vision today, and just give it your complete, undivided attention. That's it.
So, let's leave it with this final thought, which really sums it all up. The goal isn't to dream harder. The goal is to see more clearly, and then to act more deliberately. That is the engine of creation. Thanks so much for joining me.